All right, so David, you've been doing this a long time,
Right.
right? When Mike told you that you were going to this leadership training, development training conference, and it was emotional intelligence, what was your first reaction to that?
Some more blah, blah, blah.
Okay. More blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Because you've done this kind of stuff before.
Right.
Right. All right. So once you got there, and we did the 4-day conference, talk a little bit about your experience there and what kind of insights or what kind of things that came up for you that were helpful for you that you're taking forward now.
Well, the whole experience for me, I had to have the attitude that it was the positive because I'm a leader with the company. Mm-hmm. In the back of my mind, as I said, it was more of the same blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. As the conference went on, it was the lecture and a lot of applying where I was and pointing out weaknesses through the development plan prior to getting there, and then reading the book, put it all together, and then the classes and the communication hands-on started to make sense. I was the doubter in the bunch when it came to the kinesiology and how positive energy is contagious and affects a person in the room. I was totally against that, didn't believe it, didn't buy into it. And then, as you're well aware, Mike made me out to be the example.
Yeah.
And not that I wasn't getting it prior to that, that just was like, turned on the light bulb for me of how all this can work to better me.
So just to clarify, we had this kinesiology thing where when you go weak to something, it means it's negative for your body and negatively affects your body. And when you go strong, it's a positive effect on your body. And we found out that negative emotions can really affect you negatively.
Right.
And positive emotions can do the opposite. And talk a little bit about what you were feeling during that whole process of us testing you for when we were telling you positive things and then testing you again when we were telling you negative things.
Well, it was, I mean, I saw the video, and everybody else saw my expression of experiencing that, because I went in there, it's like this, that little woman, I'm going to hold her up with one arm, and it was like I saw a ghost. It was almost spooky that just the comments and opinions or thoughts of another person in a general vicinity could affect me in that way.
Wow.
And that really opened me up to how, because I carried a lot of negative energy because of instances or occasions in my life, and I didn't realize how it was affecting people around me.
Sure.
And when I experienced that, I could see where my negative, closed attitude was affecting the people around me, and how quickly it could be turned around by a positive thought or positive energy towards that person or situation.
So you have now applied this in ways where you've focused on that positive stuff and managing your emotions in a positive way. How has that affected you work-wise and your performance of your people here?
The effectiveness of communicating with them now is more effective. I can, have a positive attitude towards something that may not be the best scenario, and it seems to be rubbing off to where they're taking it and running with it. So my leadership abilities have improved just because of trying to keep a positive attitude in a situation.
That's great. So you went in skeptical.
Mm-hmm.
You're now applying this stuff and getting good results.
Right.
For people that would be reluctant to take a look at this work with emotional intelligence, what would you tell them?
It's worth just the experiment. It's worth trying. Okay. Because I was given the opportunity to do this. Mm-hmm. It was not all voluntary. It was part of Mike Nielsen, of course, wanting to better his employee to be better leaders.
Right.
But after experiencing it the voluntary side of it. Now, after I've seen it, I would encourage anybody voluntarily to go without being made to go, because it will better you in more ways than you realize.
All right, great. Thank you, David.
All right.